For this project, I chose to research deeper into tourism and the impact disasters have had on the tourism industry in the 21st century. In our rapidly changing world, where globalization has made the Earth a global climate for humans, tourism has become an integral part of our lives and the industries many make their livelihoods with. It not only fuels economies, but also fosters cultural exchange and understanding among nations. However, this industry is not immune to the damage of disasters that have struck various parts of the world, leaving deep scars on the tourism industry. To further understand and explore this climate, we must first understand the basic landscape of said industry. Tourism is defined by Merriam-Webster Dictionary as the act of traveling for recreation and leisure. One of the most significant disasters of the 21st century was the devastating 7.8 magnitude earthquake that struck Nepal in April of 2015. The earthquake destroyed nearly all of Nepal's tourism industry, which heavily relies on its cultural heritage and natural landscapes. The UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including the historic Kathmandu Durbar Square, suffered extensive damage, deterring tourists from visiting this once very popular site. According to the Nepal Tourism Board, the number of tourists declined by 31% in the year following the earthquake, causing a severe economic setback for the country's tourism industry, which negatively affected the entire country. Similarly, the Caribbean, which includes the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos Island, and Cuba, which was known for its pristine beaches and vibrant culture, faced a severe blow in the form of Hurricane Irma in 2017. Hurricane Irma, one of the most powerful ever recorded hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean, hit the Caribbean islands as a Category 5 hurricane in September of 2017. This is the third strongest hurricane to ever make landfall. The destruction of infrastructure, including hotels, airports, and roads, made it impossible for tourists to access these areas and for the industry to successfully function. The Caribbean Tourism Organization reported an economic loss of over $700 million in visitor and tourism expenditures in the region. This was all due to the damage caused by the hurricane. With over 250 all-inclusive resorts existing in the Caribbean islands, it is no wonder that the tourism industry makes up so much of the economy in this region. Furthermore, this shows how devastating a natural disaster can be in a region not just physically but also economically. Finally, the COVID-19 pandemic has had a profound impact on global tourism with travel restrictions, lockdowns, and health concerns. International tourism declined by 74% in 2020 compared to the previous year, according to the United Nations Tourism Organization. Countries heavily reliant on tourism revenue, such as Thailand and the Maldives, faced economic crisis as hotels remained vacant and popular tourist attractions turned desolate. The pandemic forced the tourism industry to adapt to the new reality of the tourism landscape. Many businesses learned to embrace digital platforms and emphasize domestic tourism within their own country and region to survive the unprecedented challenges. Furthermore, COVID-19 also affected the airline industry, which also plays an integral role in tourism and travel. According to an article by Airports International Council, the COVID-19 crisis removed 5.4 billion passengers from the forecasted amount. Furthermore, this is stated to be 55% of all passengers who would have traveled on commercial airlines for the year, suddenly disappearing. This is an example of a biological disaster that caused an extreme large decline in the tourism industry for the entire world. In the face of these disasters, it is important to recognize the resilience and determination displayed by communities and governments worldwide. Moreover, the pandemic prompted innovations in the tourism sector, such as virtual tours and contactless experiences, enabling tourists to explore destinations from the safety of their homes and expanding the reach of normal tourist destinations to a point where they can be accessed anytime, anywhere. As we reflect on these challenges, it becomes evident that disaster management and preparedness is the most important factors in safeguarding the tourism industry. Governments must invest in building resilient infrastructure, early warning systems, and community training to mitigate the impact of disasters, which will then allow for a safeguard for their industries and economies. International cooperation, and support are essential to help affected regions recover quickly and more sustainably. And here are my references and citations for the project.